The family says something crashed into their backyard, prompting them to call 911, saying they saw creatures walking around.
9 foot, 10 foot tall. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes, they have big eyes.
I was home with my 2 sisters and my neighbor. There was just like a thud. And next thing, the whole place started shaking quite violently.
Saw that light, and it was much, much brighter than people lamping.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen a light like it before, and I've never seen anything like it since.
Wow.
With the passage of time, aliens have made another step closer towards physically dominating the planet by their presence. Tune in to get to witness some of the alien encounters filmed in the forest, where the ending will shock you. Despite the aliens' apparent dire straits, it reached out for assistance. While hiking through the woods in Norway, a hiker noticed an unrecognizable figure running away. Though it disappeared among the trees, the hiker decided to investigate. He soon encountered a towering alien emerging from behind the trees. Initially startled, the hiker quickly realized the alien was seeking aid, not confrontation. The subsequent events remain a mystery, as the source went silent soon after, leaving no one to tell how this encounter ended or how the alien found itself in such a predicament in the first place. Making an appearance. It wasn't just that this alien was feeling left out, rather it was also making its appearance known. A large crowd of children in a village in Brazil filmed a figure matching the description of an alien that was watching them from over a dozen meters away. It appeared to have been standing by the tree line of the forest for a while, especially after being spotted. The recorder, who is actually a wildlife photographer, believes that attention might not be what this alienoid was looking for, rather means to nab one of these kids. Scene of abduction. The days of abduction by UFO have been long gone ever since the aliens have stepped on the planet. Netizens were left with mixed emotions when the clip of a missing African farmer's last recorded moments were shared on the internet. In it, he could be seen the farmer being chased by an alien figure through the fields with the sole intention of either kidnapping or taking his life. The panicked farmer can be seen attempting to have his last words recorded before the footage cuts off abruptly. The fact that the alienoid can be seen catching up despite the speed shows how eager they were to get their hands on the source. Appearance by Farmhouse. The purpose of these aliens that were waiting outside the farmhouse is unclear, but their body language is as if they need a huge favor. A Texas farmer was woken in the middle of the night by the appearance of aliens on his ranch. The figures calmly stood by the fence, waiting for the owner. Their intentions were unknown but seemed peaceful. He ventures out with a flashlight to investigate, where the footage abruptly cuts off. The farmer believes the aliens were hoping to obtain some of his livestock, or perhaps just wanted protection money. Stalking troubled witch. This witch either has her soul stained with years and years of witchcrafting, or was possessed by some spooky spirit. A young adult that was collecting firewood from the wooded area in Mississippi until he spotted this stalking witch that instantly froze him in fear. This witch that stood only a couple meters away looked scary enough that it looked like the witch was possessed by a supernatural entity. The recorder, who out of his concern for his safety commented to have slowly backed out until this troubled-looking witch randomly disappeared on its own. Zombified alienoid.
The heck is that? Shoot!
The highly combustible nature of a being like this would leave anyone terrified. 2 paranormal investigators found themselves mere feet away from a disturbing-looking creature that resembled a zombified alien. Judging from the clip, they appeared to be hiding in a basement or pit with a blind spot, where the growling sound of the alien could be heard.
The heck is that?
Within seconds, their hiding spot was compromised, giving them a clear and terrifying glimpse of the creature. Alien encounter? Seeing is believing. Or is it? On June 29, 2010, a chilling video surfaced showing a man drawn by strange noises outside his house, grabbed his phone, and approached the sound's source. As he neared a tree, a bizarre figure peeked out, sending the man sprinting home in terror. Pausing the footage, it was clear: bulging eyes, pale skin, a classic alien look. While skeptics dismissed it as a prank, others pointed to the cameraman's genuine fear. Was this a real alien encounter or just an elaborate joke? Aliens or hoax? Only that man knows for sure. Shiny encounter. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but it sure made this guy famous. While exploring the mountainous area, this man stumbled upon something truly unexplainable. He was recording the caves when he noticed something unusual in one of them. As he zoomed in, he was shocked to see a humanoid figure standing on the edge of the cave. The strangest part? Its head was shining, almost like it had a bulb inside. The figure seemed to be examining the area, possibly looking for the right moment to leave the cave. This bizarre sighting had left everyone wondering, was it an alien, a ghost, or just a very advanced hiker? The truth is out there somewhere. Starved alien remains. No one knows the actual story of what or how this alien ended up in this condition. That clearly looks to have been quite a grim end. A hiker that was passing through the Emerald Lake Trail in British Columbia, Canada, where almost halfway through he discovered a carcass of an alien that seemed to have faced a severe starvation until its unfortunate end. With the carcass having no visible signs of decay, this case looks to be very recent. Perhaps this alien got left behind, or just lost its way, having to meet a slow and agonizing end. Jungle encounter. Into the wild we go, but never alone, and this could never be true in this case. In the Amazon, an exploration team was on a mission to uncover the truth behind reports of a crashed unidentified aircraft. Between the dense forest of Ecuador, the team scoured the area under the cover of night. As the helicopters were flying around, one of the crew members noticed some movement below. He zoomed in and saw a weird pale figure looking out from the bushes, staring at them like it was no big deal, and just waiting for them to go away. This sparked a huge debate online, with people going crazy, saying it was the ultimate evidence of aliens on Earth and that we need to take action. Apollo mystery.
There it is, son of a gun, right down the middle of the road.
To the moon and beyond, or so they say. The Apollo mission has always been surrounded by suspicion, and newly leaked footage only fueled the fire. During the first moon landing, astronauts collecting moon dust spotted something bizarre in the distance. Zooming in, they saw a pale-skinned, human-like creature. It stood calmly before sitting down, seemingly examining the ground. The astronauts were spooked, and so was the internet, when the footage surfaced in 2019. Right after its release, debates erupted. Some called it a hoax, while others believed it was the real deal, covered up by the government. So what do you think? Was it an alien, or just another moon mystery?
There it is, son of a gun, right down the middle of the road.
Doorway mystery. Curiosity may light the way, but it also invites the unexpected. A homeowner noticed his motion sensor lights flickering all night, yet found no apparent cause. After checking his security camera footage, he discovered something chilling. A pale alien-like figure was peeking out from behind his door. Its creepy look was giving off some serious, bizarre vibes. Was it someone in a mask playing a prank? Or something from another world? The mystery left the homeowner baffled and the internet buzzing with speculation. Sometimes the unknown is just a peek away, and yet it remains unknown. Lost extraterrestrial. Despite the aliens being much more advanced in technology than humans, this one still seems to be lost. A group of teens exploring a stalagmite cave stumbled upon a section adorned with large crystal pillars and a patch of freshly grown grass. As if that wasn't peculiar enough, their horror intensified when a sickly pale creature with tall limbs entered, seemingly checking the premises for something suspicious. Fortunately, the teens maintained their cover, but the creature appeared clearly on edge. Once it left, the teens quickly escaped. When they returned later, they found nothing. Perhaps the cave was an alien hideout or the entrance to another dimension. Alien mummy mystery. In the early 1960s, a KGB expedition in Egypt uncovered a 2-meter-tall mummy, significantly larger than ancient Egyptians. Scientist Boris Timofov conducted 14 carbon dating tests, revealing the mummy was around 12,000 to 13,000 years old, predating the Egyptian civilization by centuries. Eerily, following its discovery, multiple people fell ill, leading local Arab tribes to believe a hidden deity had been disturbed. It is believed the mummy belonged to a prehistoric alien species driven away by humans. This discovery remained a secret for years, and with the KGB now disbanded, the truth may never be known. Unearthly explorer. Hiding in the bush and only coming out is something that aliens have learned almost immediately. During a night of camping in the Varginha woods, one camper's experience turned eerie when he noticed movement in the dense bushes. Concerned for his comrade's safety, his curiosity led him to investigate. Initially expecting a wild animal, he was startled to discover an alien figure moving through the woods. The creature seemed intentionally visible, as if trying to lure him into a trap. Prioritizing the safety of himself and his fellow campers, he resisted the temptation to approach, choosing caution over potential danger in the face of the mysterious and otherworldly encounter in the depths of the Varginha wilderness. Sneaky stalker. Alien sightings have gotten so common that now they are confidently roaming all around the planet. Having rented a large remote cabin house in the wilderness of Michigan, the tenant discovered an unexpected visitor the hard way. Upon losing the power out of the blue, he walked down the front lawn to turn on the backup generator in nearly pitch darkness, when discovered this tiny alien figure that was attentively staring at him. While the passage of power was more an issue with the entire grid, but Redditors are under the impression that this sneak stalker with an unknown intention was the one to blame. Malnourished detainee. Even though it's an alien, it should be a crime to see one being treated in such a way. In August 2020, a short clip began circulating on Facebook, showing a very weak and starving figure helplessly laying on the ground, tied up. Its face and almost entire body resembled that of a human, sparking internet speculation about whether it might actually be an alien. Not much is known about the clip, as the footage was never traced back to its original source. Disappeared into ground. Ghosts or spirits usually tend to possess their victims. This, however, resorted to abduction. Paranormal investigators in an undisclosed location in the Saudi Arabian desert were surveilling a small black figure that was taking a human disguise. The guide of these investigators decided to get close and check out its nature in person. He got a bit too close and confident that he started puffing out smoke towards it. This ghost, which was said to have appeared out from solid ground, grabbed the man and disappeared into the ground along with him. The investigators were left in panic and stood their ground, expecting their guide would return. Cryptid encounter. The intentions of this tiny cryptid may not be known, but it clearly doesn't care of being seen. An airsofting enthusiast in Buffalo, New York was passing through a forest lawn area where he noticed this tiny dark-toned being watching him curiously from behind the tree. Despite being spotted, it didn't make any move to hide itself. Within seconds of the encounter, it however did back out, slowly hiding behind a tree before disappearing. Its small stature matched the very definition of a cryptid, which is now being a case cited by most of the viewers of this clip. Unusual trespasser. The offside of a non-human trespasser is that you first have to figure out how to deal with it. A ranch owner in an undisclosed location in Idaho State spotted a trespasser on his private property. Despite having the ranch dozens of miles away from the nearest city and being secured by an electric fence, only to find a strange-looking UFO land and an alien casually walking out. It behaved nor looked nothing like a human, despite the close physical resemblance that left him spooked. Not knowing the best possible way to deal with the situation, the ranch owner decided to wait it out. Nested tree dwarf.
This is the spot. Nah, come back out.
After this discovery, it is kind of certain that bats or snakes aren't the weirdest dwellers that reside within the tree. A TikTok user that was in the midst of creating content for his profile when his eye caught the sight of an opening carved into a tree with tiny human-shaped beings could be seen in it. The opening within the tree wasn't spotted until one of its dwellers was spotted staring back. Now, it is unsure if these two are aliens or just dwarves that nested within the tree.
Nah, come back out. Look, why they be peeking like that?
Extraterrestrial bystander.
What are you barking at?
This may look like the kind of horror scene from Hollywood movies, though rest assured it was real. A dog owner in Edmonton, Canada decided to take his German Shepherd out for a walk while riding a snowmobile where, by the fence, he noticed a tall yet skinny alien that was standing idly while making an effort in surveilling him. Usually a surprise reveal such as this is never as friendly or harmonious, rather than a hostile one. Since the footage briefly cuts off, no one knows what followed here.
Did you see that? No. Dude.
Varginha beast. In 1996, the town of Varginha, Brazil was abuzz with residents claiming they'd seen a strange humanoid creature. Skepticism initially greeted these reports until a video surfaced weeks later, showing a bizarre, distressed humanoid figure trying to escape. You're probably wondering why it never went public or if the alien was ever found. When locals returned to the sighting location, they found it completely cleared out, with hardly anything left. Many believe the military cleaned up the area to hide its involvement. Tiny walking skeleton. The fact that it almost appeared in the blind spot, identifying or getting a good look at it was almost impossible. A hunter, who after picking up an unusual set of footprints, decided to follow and investigate the source, which led him to having his paths crossed with this. A tiny walking skeleton appeared crossing the trail road and disappeared in a matter of seconds. After viewing the footage several times, even the source who filmed it couldn't make out the nature of this being, if this was some alien, a dwarf, or a creature of some sort. Galactic ghoul. This is the alleged footage of an alien trying to regain its strength after being locked up for several months. Its awkward posture suggests it may have been confined in a small cell, or that it moves in an entirely different way and is trying to learn how to walk. It is believed the alien was eventually released back home. Judging by the quality, the video is several years old, so the alien is likely already lounging on another planet. Bizarre bug. Aliens are weird. We all know, but this was something on another level. Footage went viral showing a bizarre creature on a table. It looked like a mix of a butterfly, a bug, and a humanoid alien. With legs, a long neck, and a bizarre skull, the lifeless creature was truly something out of a sci-fi movie. The man filming even lifted one of its legs to show it up close. The creature's identity remained elusive, but as the footage spread online, speculation ran wild. Some said it was a lab creation by mad scientists, while others believed it to be an alien. Whatever it was, it sure got everyone talking. Peruvian mystery. They say the truth is stranger than fiction, and this tale sure proves it. In 2007, an anonymous tip sent a team of alien experts on a wild goose chase to the Peruvian mountains. Rumors had it that an alien ship had crash-landed, and local militants had stolen the bodies. After months of searching, they finally found a hideout. Inside one room, they discovered a wooden box. What they found inside was truly bizarre. A mummified body of a strange creature with a large head and thin body. Authorities quickly took the body into custody for research. Whether it was an alien or not, it was definitely something out of this world. Graveyard visitor. Graves hold more secrets than bones. This was never truer than when a man documenting an old graveyard accidentally captured something extraordinary. As he filmed the century-old graves, a narrow movement caught his eye. Slowing down the footage and zooming in revealed a figure hiding behind a tombstone. It had a long head and bulging eyes, resembling a classic alien. The creature seemed to be hiding, its body language cautious. What was it doing there? Some netizens suggested it might be searching for something among the rusted graves. Was it a visitor from another world or just a trick of someone? The reality is hidden in that rusted graveyard. Rooftop visitors. Seeing is believing, but sometimes it's just plain confusing. A Spanish guy was casually strolling on his rooftop when something unusual caught his eye. In a neighboring building, grabbing his phone, he zoomed in and spotted two pale humanoid creatures standing on the edge, seemingly relaxed and chatting away, like they were planning something. When the footage hit the internet, the speculations went wild. Some claimed it was just a clever edit, but many were convinced these were real aliens surveying the area. The debate continued, but one thing was for sure: rooftops in Spain just got a whole lot more interesting. A visit to Earth. A social media account recently published an intriguing video that seemed to be leaked from top-secret files. The grainy footage was from the 90s and showed a short humanoid creature walking up a ladder into a flying saucer. Once inside, the saucer quickly ascended and disappeared behind the trees. This clip caught the attention of UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Some believed it was authentic, depicting a real alien visitor, while others dismissed it as a clever hoax. Notably, some UFOologists shared the video in their circle, which sparked further debate. So what do you think? A genuine encounter or just another tall tale? Area encounter. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. These guys decided to satisfy their curiosity by exploring the forbidden Area 51. Ignoring all the warning signs, they went deep into the unknown. When they lost GPS, they pulled over, hoping to get a signal. As one of them was working with his phone, the other holding a camera spotted a pale humanoid figure crossing the road ahead. The eerie vibes and strange body language sent chills down their spines, as if the creature was warning them. Spooked, they rushed back to their car and sped away. Netizens debated, was it a real alien or a government setup to scare them off? Either way, the mystery of Area 51 was even deepened by this. Sometimes the unknown is best left unexplored. Tree creeper. 12 years ago, a chilling recording emerged from France. The video, though lacking clear audio, showed people visibly afraid of something lurking behind a tree. The creature's appearance and movements were too strange to be dismissed as someone in costume. The footage was aged and grainy, but it had fueled endless debates online. Was it an alien, a cryptid, or just an elaborate hoax? It's up to you to decide if this recording was legit or not. Regardless, it's one of those videos that makes you think twice before wandering into the woods alone. After all, the shadows hold more secrets than the light. Or shadow escape. Expect the unexpected when no one's home. And that's what happened here. In a peculiar piece of footage from someone's home, a homeowner had set up a camera pointing at the furniture while they were out. What the camera caught was eerie. A running shadow followed by a humanoid creature resembling a classic alien. The creature seemed desperate and dashed towards the window in one frame and stepped out in the next. The internet was ablaze with divided opinions. Some claimed it was a clever edit, while others believed the homeowner had captured a real alien. Rather a hoax or proof. It was one wild home. Galloping terror. Nature has its secrets, and some are better left undiscovered. This deeply unsettling video comes from the deep woods, where a man was enjoying a peaceful hike. Suddenly, he heard galloping behind him. To his horror, he saw what appeared to be a child running down the path. But this was no ordinary child. The figure galloped and hopped like a wild animal, then turned to reveal a head resembling a dog or bear. Terrified, the man fled the woods. Commenters quickly speculated it was a skinwalker, a shape-shifting spirit known for mimicking humans and animals, but never quite perfectly. Haunting glimpse. This horrifying clip uploaded to social media on June 5, 2023. The footage showed something eerie. The footage captures 430 abandoned flats and something sinister lurking in the window. As the camera's flashlight swept the area, a strange pale face peeked from behind the curtains. When it realized it had been seen, it quickly hid behind the curtains. By pausing and zooming in, the face appeared featureless, with dark, hollow eyes, almost like someone with hospital bandages. The footage lacked concrete details, which made it all the more mysterious and terrifying. Whether ghost or ghoul, it's sure to keep you up tonight. Forest fright. Sometimes the woods have eyes, and they're not always friendly. This chilling video clip taken deep in the woods captured a man's terrifying encounter. Walking alone at night, he shone his flashlight ahead and suddenly spotted something straight out of a horror movie. Quickly pulling out his phone, he recorded the creepy scene. About 20 yards in front of him, there it was. A glowing-eyed creature with bright red eyes and a shadowy body appeared. Its hands were moving in a strange gesture, which added to the creep factor. Whatever it was, it's sure to haunt his nightmares. What do you think it could be? Share your ideas down below. Backseat boogeyman. Always check your back seat just in case. This chilling tale happened to a cab driver. While sitting in his car and taking a call, he didn't notice something sinister was slowly peeking from the back seat. When he ended the call and glanced back, he was paralyzed with fear. Desperate to escape, he fumbled with the driver's side door but couldn't open it. In a panic, he jumped out of the passenger side and left both the car and the creepy creature behind. What was that creature? And what happened to the driver? It's a mystery we may never solve. Pole prowler. Ever felt like you're being watched? This bizarre video might just prove it. In this captivating clip, something truly strange was perched atop a pole, staring back at the camera with an eerie and unblinking gaze. Its presence was both unsettling and intriguing, and it left us all wondering what it could be. Was it a rare bird, an optical illusion, or something entirely different? The creepiness enhanced as the figure remains still, with its intense stare piercing through the screen. Kentucky Creeper. One evening in Kentucky 2022, some creepy sounds were heard by the locals. A brave homeowner took to the rooftop and started recording, and captured a pale humanoid creature with an unsettling strange body posture. It had creepy long hands and thin legs, walking slowly down the street. The creature's eerie walk left netizens buzzing, with many suspecting it could be a skinwalker. What do you think it was? A skinwalker or something else entirely? Share your thoughts, because in Kentucky, the nights just got a lot creepier. Forest find. A hiker was wandering in the Siberian wilderness and probably thought he was just blending in with nature, but he found something way too creepy blended in the trees. On his adventure, he noticed something odd in a tree root. As he got closer, he saw it. A mysterious humanoid skeleton with an alien-like appearance. This eerie find has sparked global curiosity and debate about its origin. Some said it was just an art piece, while many more were convinced it was a real case of an alien encounter. What do you think about it? Alien or art? Share your thoughts, because in the Siberian forests, mysteries are rooted deep. 42. Impostor. An imposter is always an imposter, no matter how hard it tries to copy. This can be understood from this strange encounter. A local man from Indonesia heard something odd in the fields. Among the usual cricket sounds, there was a growling noise, like something massive was there. When he went to investigate, he spotted a bizarre creature, a mixture of cricket and something else entirely. Theories went wild. Some said it was an alien, while others suggested it was a skinwalker trying to mimic a mantis but failed miserably. Whatever the case, it was definitely scary enough to give anyone the creeps. So what do you think? Alien or botched shapeshifter? Now it's time for an open discussion. In September 2023, a massive fireball lit up the night sky in Las Vegas and fell into someone's backyard, and a cop's cam even captured the whole thing. The family called 911, and their 16-year-old Angel Canmore claimed he saw two creatures in their backyard. However, skeptics offered another explanation. Maybe just a raccoon with big eyes, mistaken for aliens. But believers were convinced that it was definitely aliens who accidentally landed in their backyard. What's your tale in this matter? Share your thoughts down below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.